we will talk about sound, how to add sound in your game. Okay, so adding sound is very simple. I add this earlier. Let me remove it. Okay, so now we only the only sound is from the SPS controller. That is in default. That if you use the FPS controller, you will have like a default footstep, a sound for jumping and like running, stuff like that. Okay, if you use the rigid body controller, then I think that controller don't have sound for footstep. So if you like the footstep, make sure you use the third person controller instead of using the first person. Okay, I'm clicking on the wrong folder. First person controller. If you use the rigid body FPS controller, this one doesn't have sound. If you want to have sound, use the FPS controller. Okay, so I'll show you really quickly how you can potentially modify the FPS controller. You can see when you select the FPS controller here in the inspector panel, you can change the walk speed, the run speed, and I think they are very self-explanatory. And here, footstep sound. Okay, so there's the footstep 1, 2. It just play 1 and 2 in sequence, so it sounds like 2, like it's running. And then I'll show you how you can change it, because if all the footsteps sound the same, it get old very, very fast. Okay, so the footstep I think sounds like it's indoor, like an open space. It has like a very loud echo. And here we have a more grassy environment. So the sound actually doesn't really fit in. Okay, so consider again, put sound into considering your scene. You can download all kinds of different sound effects in Asset Store. Just search for like background sound or even footstep. I download the free footstep sound from Asset Store earlier. Okay, so I have the sound in my asset folder already. So here, footstep. Okay, so there's different footstep I can use on the grass, on the snow, and also you can find different sound for background. I'll show you how to add a background music in a little bit. And also feel free to go to freesound.org and you can find different sound that people upload on the website, and you can download them and use it in your project. Okay, all you need to do is download them and put it into your asset folder. Okay, so just make sure you put that in your project folder in the asset folder. Unity for the sound format, MP3 and WAV file work the best. Okay, so let's go back to Unity, and I will show you how to switch the footstep sound. That is actually very simple, but affected very, very large. So click on the little circle next to the footstep, and I'll choose grass 1. Okay, and then footstep 2, I'll change it to grass 2. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, definitely sounds very different from the default sound. It sounds more like I'm walking on grass. Okay, so if your environment it's indoor, it's in the desert or on the snow, make sure to change the footstep sound, and it will make a very great difference. How about background sound? Okay, so the FPS controller already have the sound in place. All you need to do is just swap it. Okay. For background music, you can actually place it on any object in the scene. It will work just the same. I'll put it on terrain because terrain is the largest elements in my scene and is hard to skip. It's very easy to select. So select your terrain or any object, and then click on Add Component and find Audio, and then add an audio source. So open the list to see the option. Okay, so now the audio is not defined yet. Let's click on the little circle to open it, and let's just choose a audio background music for this audio source. Okay, I'll choose Frozen Land. Okay, and then also make sure you check loop and play on wake should be checked already. So those two you should check for background music. So let's check how this will sound. Okay, you can see after adding the sound, this bass sounds like very kind of scary, a little bit. We're lonely. So yeah, adding music is a very easy way but very effective way to add personality and like a story into your environment. So definitely take a deep consideration to add sound. Simple, just click on add component, audio source, and add the audio clip into the audio source. Then here you go, you will have audio playing in the background.